If you believe that aliens are here, you need to hear this. I personally also believe that the aliens are here and that we are transitioning into a dimensional shift. And what I want to do is I want to play that out for you, at least my thinking of what might happen, because I think a lot of people have a very naive view that the aliens are going to come down, they're going to sweep all the negative energy off of Earth, and everything's going to be beautiful. And I want to maybe share with you a more realistic view. And if you want to hear more about this, if you want to hear more about your own personal ascension, join the community and get in the chat. So the first question is, why are the aliens here? But even a question before that, are there really aliens? The answer is yes. The aliens have always been here. They're not just here now, they've always been here. Why is that? Because the Earth is a rare jewel in the galaxy, a rare jewel of life. Not saying it's the only beautiful planet in the universe. It's not. I'm sure there's lots and lots of beautiful planets, but it is rare in an otherwise empty universe to have such a beautiful source of life, self-sustaining life. That's Earth. That's our planet. We are part of that beauty. We are part of the species. We're beautiful people. We're on a beautiful planet. And this planet has attracted attention because of its beauty, because of its life, because of its resources. This planet has attracted attention, certainly for millions of years, possibly tens of millions of years. The aliens have always been here. So yes, they're here now, and we're about to embark on the first stages of an ascension, what I believe is to a fifth dimension. And I want to share with you how that's actually going to play out. There are going to be massive changes to the world. If we're going to ascend from a three-dimensional reality to a fifth-dimensional reality, it's going to involve a lot of breaking of bonds and old systems and structures to release those, and those that ascend will be able to ascend to a fifth dimension. But make no mistake about it, those breaking of bonds is going to be very, very disruptive. And most people are going, a lot of people are going to get hurt, and a lot of people are going to struggle and suffer. Some of us may already start feeling that trauma and disconnect. So just be prepared for that. Now, why don't the aliens just come down and just tell us what to do? There's three reasons. The first reason, and the most important one, is a language barrier. We speak English. They don't speak English. They're fifth dimensional beings. They don't speak three-dimensional languages. Through channelers, they're able to convert their fifth dimensional ideas into sequential English sentences through these channelers. So they can't just come down and, get in front of a blackboard and teach us how to raise our dimension to fifth dimension, because they don't speak linearly the way we speak. So there's a language barrier. The second barrier is a time barrier. When they transmit information to us, they transmit the whole information. They don't say, well, first I'm going to tell you this, then come back tomorrow, I'm going to tell you that, then this, then that, then a few years later you'll be ready and I'll explain this to you. They don't do it like that. They transmit information or download information to us, the whole thing. And then we, who have to do things sequentially in three dimensions, we're left to sort this message out over the next days, weeks, months, and years. So we have a time dimension problem. And then finally, the third gap between us and the aliens is an entire dimensional gap. We think in three dimensions. So we're limited not only to sequential time, but to only the things that we can see and experience with our five senses, with our lowest senses. When they look down, and you can actually, for a second, imagine yourself as a fifth dimensional being looking down on Earth, and what you would see is just millions and 8 billion balls of light. We are light to them. We are light to the aliens. And so what's happening in our world underneath that in three dimensions isn't real. It's a projection of our consciousness, and they don't share that reality. So we live in our reality that is different than what they see. So for example, I told you there's going to be a lot of disruption. Let's say 3 million people die. Well, to us, that's tragic, and it affects us, and now I am affected. I have a cousin or whatever. We're all interconnected, so we all experience this tragedy, say, when 3 million people die. It's a terrible tragedy. To the aliens, we're still light. We're just, those 3 million people now can serve the collective, or, go on their journey and be part of the universal light. So to them, it's not like we're dying. It's not like we're suffering or struggling. It's all imaginary. It's all in our consciousness. So there's a dimensional gap, which is why they can't just come in, stand in front of a whiteboard, and explain to us how to go to fifth dimension. Right. And by the way, before you can go to the fifth dimension, you have to understand how to go to the fourth dimension. And in the community, I'm going to teach classes. It's a simple meditation, how you can rise to the fourth dimension. Once you're in the fourth dimension, then we can have a conversation, and then we can start to learn how to rise to the fifth dimension. It's a totally different experience. The fourth dimension is easy. I can show that to you right away. But the fifth dimension is more integrated. You kind of have to integrate it into your lifestyle and your habits. You've got to make a lot of changes. So that's the challenge that we have in communicating with the aliens.